Hey, good morning. Today we're going to do a little bit longer video. We're going to get into budgeting and debt reduction and why all that stuff matters, how to do it. We all know it's important to not have too much month at the end of the money, right? We want to have money at the end of the month left over so we can use the next month to build and do things that we want to do. So when you start budgeting, what I'd recommend is you sit down with 3 months worth of bills and you go through and you figure out where on earth your money has been going. And everyone's going to have something like either a mortgage payment or rent. They might have a car payment, maybe you have a small loan or two, or medical bills, student loans, credit card debt, and just go through and see where all that stuff is going. Figure out how much time you're going to the movies, what are you spending on your cable bill if you have something like that, and just see where your food is going. You'd be surprised how many people spend money just going out to eat all the time, 2, 3, 4 times a week, and don't really understand how that all adds up and figures into their budget. There's an app out there on our website called everydollar.com. If you've got an iPhone, you can download the EveryDollar app and you can go through and divide out your money and see where it's going, and then you have to decide either with yourself if you're single or with your spouse if you're married, if that's what you want to do and where you want to go. Now, one of the side benefits of actually creating a budget, especially if you're married, is that you and your spouse have now decided on where your money is going to go for roughly the next 5 years. I don't know if you were like me when I was younger, but money was a big point of contention in the marriage, right? Arguing over this, should we buy that? What are we doing over here? Until you get a budget and lay out exactly where your stuff is going, you're squabbling, you're arguing about all this stuff. Now, one of the benefits is that when we actually got our budget locked down, it took a little while. Like, your first time takes a long time to write your first budget, right? But after that, tweaking your budget as it goes easy as you actually stop having disagreements with your spouse over money. Just one of the main benefits of actually taking and controlling a budget. Now, if you have all those debt items, that loan, maybe that TV or jewelry or all this stuff, I want you to take those together, put them in a little separate category, and add those all up. Now, it may be $500 a month that's going up, $1,000, $2,000 a month, depending on where you're at. That's all money that you don't get to use for anything else. That's money that you're using to make Sears bigger buildings, or Visa bigger buildings, or give Bank of America executive bonuses every year. That's what that money is being used for, right? Can you imagine how it would feel if you got that paid off and you could use that $1,000 a month to do whatever you wanted to do? $1,000 a month to do whatever you wanted to do. You're not paying interest. You're not paying for things that you forgot you even bought. You're not paying for jewelry she no longer wears. You're not paying for any of that stuff anymore. You're paying for what you want to do. $1,000 a month, you can do a lot. You can start a baby emergency fund, as Dave Ramsey calls it. I covered it in another video, but it covers a plane ticket, covers a car insurance deductible, covers a broke water heater, covers a lot of pain, right? That you're not putting on credit. $1,000 a month, after a couple of months, you can take the family on a cruise. You can finally pay off that car. You can do so much things with all that extra money. You have to determine if that payment that you're holding on to is worth not spending time on the memories with your family. Do you find that you're working extra every month, that you're trying to get overtime, trying to get caught up on bills? One of the things people don't think about when they're looking at bills is they actually pay themselves off as long as you don't add to them. Someone with a credit card, stop swiping that thing. Go take it over the shredder, throw it in the shredder, and get yourself out of debt. You'll be surprised the freedom that it brings. Now, another topic for taking care of your personal money is giving, and the importance of giving. Now, if you can't live on 90% of your paycheck, you can't live on 100%. If you don't know where your stuff is going and what your stuff is doing, it doesn't matter if you have 90%, 100%, 120%, you're going to lose it all, right? Why does giving matter? Other than the Bible says that we should give to the storehouse, right? We should tithe, we should give that 10%. When you start giving to your local church, to ministry, to a nonprofit, to something that you care about, the grip money has on you starts to disappear. You're not worried about holding on to every penny. And when you change your perspective, you shift in thinking and how you view money. Money's not just a thing to have, money's a thing to give and share. It's a tool, and like any other tool, if you use it inappropriately, it's not going to work out for you. If I go grab a screwdriver out of the toolbox and I start beating a nail with it, it might work one time, it might work 2 times, but eventually the handle's going to break. And not only do I have a broken tool, I no longer have that screwdriver to work for me anymore. If you use your money as a tool and you use it inappropriately, it's not going to work out for you. I'm Travis Johnson, here to change your perspective.